This is my trail. Awesome. Hi, I'm Dylan, and I just finished the PCT like 12 hours ago. So one of the most surprising things about the trail was that the highlight was the people. I loved meeting all the other incredibly diverse and eclectic thru hikers, day hikers, trail angels. People by far were the highlight. So trail angels are people that for whatever reason have taken it upon themselves to just be uncommonly generous towards hikers. And they help you with all manner of things. I even met a lady who set me up on a date. Some of them will post their name and number and pick you up and take you places. Some of them will host you at their house and give you a chance to shower, do your laundry, things like that. Some of them are former hikers, some of them are people who admire hikers but can't do it themselves, but all of them are just uncommonly generous. On trail, PCT hikers look out for each other. There have been several times where I've been running a little low on some food and people have helped me out, and I always try and return the favor if I ever come across somebody. You'd be amazed how many friends you can make with one pocket-sized bottle of whiskey. There's something on the trail called trail magic, where day hikers or trail angels will randomly give you stuff like cold drinks, fresh fruit, or a huge bag of pot. So you just give it to another hiker and all of a sudden you're best friends. Some of the hardest times were the times where I never saw anyone, especially in the high Sierras, that I'd go days without seeing a single soul. There were definitely days that I wanted to give up. I knew this would be hard, but I had no idea how hard this is going to be. I'd wake up and be like, the last thing I want to do right now is go hike another 20, 25 miles. But there were nights that all I wanted to do was just sit down and cry. But that doesn't work. You just have to keep walking. So especially as I was reading, preparing, and also while on the trail, you hear about missing hikers or even some unfortunate cases where hikers passed away. And you definitely try and learn from their experiences by trying to get through the Sierras before it's too late in the winter, or being more cautious about river crossings. Hopefully you learn from the mistakes or even just unfortunate circumstances of other people. Something that you're told and read about repeatedly when you're preparing for the trail is that weight equals miles equals how fast you can get down. So if there's any advice I could give anyone, less is always more. You can generally tell how long somebody's been hiking by how much stuff they've gotten rid of. Take less than you think and learn to live without. I averaged between 15 and 20 miles a day. The most I ever did was around 30. I lost 25 pounds. My body decided it didn't need any upper body muscle and put it all on my thighs. I have thighs on my muscles I didn't know were there before. So I chose at the beginning of my hike to not wear shoes and hike the entire thing in sandals. As a result, the bottom of my feet are so calloused I don't even feel pebbles anymore. I'm full on hobbit. Towards the end, I even just ditched the sandals and walked in bare feet because I was just that sick of shoes. While I didn't have a chance to shower very often, I probably took somewhere around maybe a dozen over the course of the trip. It is important to keep some parts of your body clean.
Hand sanitizer, very important, because I don't want to eat my poo.
At least for myself, I brought an extra pair of boxers so that I could wash one and have it dry throughout the day. I also used camping wet wipes to make sure that I was relatively clean. These are like gold, but they're fantastic. Yeah, so I use these a lot for bathing. Because yeah, if you don't keep clean, you get nasty chafing and rashes, and I won't go into that, but you get it. I was so grateful for my trekking poles. They saved my body in ways that I did not appreciate until I forgot them at the very end and had to do a 110-mile stretch with no trekking poles. There are few things more valuable on a trail than a good Ziploc bag. You wouldn't believe how many times I've used those over and over and over. And I can think back to when I was home. I'd use them like once, and then they'd be kind of dirty, and I'd say, I'm done with this, and I'd throw it away. Not on the trail, because throwing it away means you still have to carry it. So might as well find another use for it. All through hikers are very dedicated to leaving no trace. So we pack out everything we bring in. So as in day-to-day life, duct tape is amazing. My one and only spoon broke in half. So I found a stick, and with that stick and my duct tape, once again could eat food, and all was well in the world. I should definitely preface that I'm probably not the best person to give advice, but I'm a professional outdoor pooper, let me tell you.
Got my spade.
Pro tip, you learn really quick that if you want to poop in the morning, you dig the hole the night before, because otherwise the soil's frozen and you can't dig a hole. And there's nothing more frustrating than really needing to go and you can't get through the frozen ground. Also, if you want coffee in the morning, filter the water into your pot beforehand, because if it freezes, it's already in your pot. One of the biggest things I learned while hiking was how much I rely on other people. If it weren't for strangers picking me up hitchhiking, all the way to my close friends and family at home sending me food. If it were just me by myself, I would not have been able to do this. Being able to go out and experience how good and kind even complete strangers can be has really reminded me and given me hope that there's goodness everywhere, no matter where you are. Doing the PCT made me, while some people it awakens a desire to try a bunch of other crazy through hikes, for me, I'm ready to try something a little new. My next big hike, I want to do a cultural hike through Europe so I can experience the people side of things and learn something about culture and people. The key to being able to jump back into normal life is to have something to look forward to. For me, that's ski season. I'm not hiking, but I'm looking forward to strapping on my skis and hitting the slopes instead. I want to thank my family for supporting me throughout this crazy, rather unconventional decision. I'd like to thank Nick and Chris for supplying and sending out all of my resupply packages. I'd like to thank Tina and her family, as well as Karen, her friend, for hosting me in their homes and driving my butt all over Washington and California. And of course, I want to thank the Portland Trio, you know who you are, for reminding me that hiking should be fun.